everyone, it's Helen here. Thank you so much for joining me for today's live. So this is part 2 from our part 1 that was on Monday. I've got my chat set up so I can see who is here. So if you can chat, say hello, pop along and say hello. I'd love to hear from you. Today's going to be part 2. We're going to be making an album to fit inside this suitcase here. I'm making pretty much a replica of what we have here, and I explained on Monday that everything of this is sold out, but it's trending on Pinterest and on my website at the moment. It's bringing people to my website, so I kind of want to make something that people can still make, because everything in this one has sold out. So we're making just a replica, and I hope you're all really enjoying this one. Hi Leanne, she's from Facebook. Hi Lynn. Hi Vicky, hope you're all okay. We're almost at the weekend now, so if you're on YouTube, do be social and do say hello as well, because I know the Facebook people do like to chat a little bit more. So this is the competition, guys. Get yourselves chatting away. And it was absolutely lovely on Monday when you were chatting to each other as well. So I'm guessing you can all hear me okay, and otherwise you'd have said you can't hear me. Yep, we're on YouTube as well. I can see we're all good to go. So let's jump straight in. So today we're going to be making the album for this little suitcase here. I'm just bringing up all the information I need to carry on with the live. I still have to keep an eye on everything as well at the same time, because it's just me on my own. So let's jump straight in. So let's get the album out of this one first. This is the replica that we are making. So this was made using the suitcase die that's sold out. This was made using the large binding and a gift bag. Those have all sold out as well. So today I have a bundle for you guys. It's using the portrait, which is the smallest of all of the albums. And it was the very first album that I designed. Some of you will have this already, so that's absolutely perfect. You can carry on, get on with the project. And this teams up with the small ultimate binding and also the portrait album die set editions. Now this would be something that I'll be using if there was a part 3 or carrying on with the decorating. So today we're primarily going to be using these two, but they do come as a bundle, and I think it's $39.99, so you get everything in there to make the album. So this is the album here. Hi Anne. Leanne's just shared the post in my group. Thank you so much. And it's made a mess looking for the die set to go through the A5 machine. Hopefully you did find it. So this is the album here. This was made using a gift bag die. So we have the base of the gift bag here. Now if you want to go back to my lives, you can search through my lives on YouTube. You will find this album. It's very obvious which one it is. I think it's a 2 or 3 parter. So the step-by-step for this particular one is in there, because some of you may have the dies for this already in your stash. Some of you have been buying these for quite some time. So let's move over to the other suitcase. I'm going to try and I'm going to keep this out because I want to make a copy of this. We're going to be replicating the those straps and buckles, so I'm just going to pop this little guy up there. This is what we're working on today. This is what we made on Monday. So if you want to catch up, I have a link for that in the YouTube description. This opens up like so. And then we have our little album in here. It's not put together yet, so we're going to be popping this all together. I've got all of this prep done yesterday, so we're now ready to go. These are all the bits and bobs. I've got loads of offcuts in there as well, and I still need to glue in my little strips there for the inside of the base. So let's pop this little guy aside. Oh no, Lynn forgot to get out her binding dies. I'm sure they'll be easy to find. Running out of space behind me. Okay, so let's have a quick look at the die set. We're also going to be making a hard-backed cover as well. So I've got all of my little Greyboard together. So this is the tutorial for popping this little album together. Now, if you have the small album, it's exactly the same size as this, and you can do this and these measurements here will match perfectly. So if you have the small album, don't worry. Okay, so right, so here is the album, and the great thing about this one is that it cuts out everything in one go, so you only have to pass it through the once. So that is what has made these. I'll be making one of these pages as well with you guys, and matting and layering it as well. And then I've got all of my inserts here as well, so I'll be showing you how to pop those in together. I need to kind of put these aside for now because we're going to work on the base, and we'll put those aside as well. Leanne's going to find them later on. Okay, good morning Kathy, and hi Lindsay. Oh, good evening. Is it Tasmania? I'm trying to remember from Monday. Is it Tasmania? No, I don't know now. Hi Rosalie, good morning. So yeah, it must be morning where you are. Now I will have to go through all of my messages again afterwards, because I kind of get the feeling that the dashboard that I'm using only does like the highlighted ones, and I need to see if I can find a setting that will give me everything from everywhere else, because I noticed there was a few things that I had missed so from Monday. Hi Alwyn. Right, so let's start off with the Greyboard here. So I have 3 pieces. This is going to be my spine piece, the front and back covers. I've got the measurements here if you want to take a screenshot. I'll add these measurements to my website. I'm just going to add everything we've done today onto the existing page from Monday. And then I have a piece here. I'll show you what it is. It might be really bright. This is the album reinforcing paper. Let me see if I can find my piece that I like to play with. We can start a new one. There we go. We'll play with this little guy. So this is very thin, so it's perfect for layering, and it's basically to support the hinges here as the album opens and closes. It can kind of cause a bit of wear and tear here, and eventually may cause a tear or a little rip. We don't really want our book falling apart in that manner. So adding some reinforcing paper underneath is great. This isn't just ordinary paper. You can see I'm trying to tear it like that. You can see I can't tear it. It's super strong. There you go. I've rumpled it up now, but this is just my scrap piece. But look, that is going to be absolutely perfect for supporting behind here as our album opens and closes. And as I said, it's super thin. It just hides in there. But the great thing is you can cut it. I don't think you can die cut it, but you can cut it with a blade. There we go. So you can cut it to shape. It's absolutely perfect for this thing. So I have a piece here cut to 6 5/8, which is the height, by 5. And on the backs of these chipboards, I have popped in some double-sided tape. Now I've linked that down below in the YouTube description. It's more itemized over on YouTube, and it's also on the project page as well. Sandra, I'm making an album. It's going to be a similar one to this one. This is all sold out. Sorry. This is all sold out, so I need to kind of make a replica basically to fit inside the suitcase. So that is what we're doing now. So this is the double-sided tape. I've listed this down below as well. I absolutely love this stuff. I probably bought about 3 or 5 different rolls of this already. And if you do struggle or wondering how I cut my Greyboard or my chipboard, I have a link also down below that will take you to my tutorial on 3 easy ways that you can cut this stuff as well. And if you have the new tonic, like mixed media, multimedia, guillotine, that should cut that too. But I'm going to leave this out because I'm going to be needing that again, possibly. Right, so let's get this all popped down first. If you have any questions, do let me know. I'm doing my best here to keep an eye on the comments. So I'm just going to use my pokey tool now. So I've covered the back of this. It's rolled away. I need that. So I've covered the back of this with some tape, and don't worry if you are literally just tuning in, you can do the catch up as well, it's not going to disappear. So I'm just saying that's an impressive size. What are we talking about? Oh, the tape. So Vicky's working on her church service. Is that this Sunday? Oh, a week on Sunday. That's the bank holiday weekend, isn't it? So I'm just going to pop this in the centre, lining the top and the bottom. Glue that down. I think it's supposed to be quite warm that weekend as well, so church should be nice and cool. Hopefully. Ah, yes, the tape, yeah. Did wonder what you were talking about there, Sandra. Ah, yes, 5th of May. Right, so we're going to be moving over now to this. This is currently out of stock, but there are hundreds on order, and they are winging their way to Craft Stash at the moment. So I have included the link here. If you go to the link on this one, there is a section where you can add your email to be notified when it's in stock. So you'll get an email when it comes back, and then you can get that. But I know a lot of you have this already. So basically this is the bookbinding set and case. It's got all of these lovely tools. They have a slight minty green tinge to them, and today we'll be using these two, but I will talk about this one as well. You also get the little squeegee tool and another spacer as well, so I might be using that too. So let's move all that aside. Right, so this is quite important now. So we're going to be using the T tool here to create our spacing. This gives you the perfect amount of spacing here. If it's too tight, if it's smaller than this, then your book may have trouble closing like that. So you can see we have a gap here, so a nice big gap. You can't really see it underneath the all of the layers of paper, but it's because of those layers of paper is why we need this sort of gap. If you go smaller, it probably might tear and stretch the paper on the outside, and it may even have difficulty closing. So this is what the T tool is for. Now I just need to take back some of this tape. I'm not going to do all of it. I just need to make sure I just get this stuck on in the right place. Fold it like that, and then with the we'll start this way because I want my numbers the right way around. So you butt that up against there and press down. I'm trying my best now not to stick this to this because I know some of the backing's off, so I don't want to stick that to my new mat. So then I can take oh, that was a pretty good estimate actually. Okay, I'm going to leave that just like that, and let's do the other side. So as you can see, we have the perfect gap, and if you really want to, you can leave that there and get the extra bar and pop that there, or you can just simply move this over. I think this is more fun actually, just moving that over. I'm going to pop this on as well, so this side. I can't pronounce that. I'm going to try. Feihang63, good morning from Germany. Thank you. She likes the projects. I think you're probably an hour ahead of us, aren't you? And Barbara's also in Germany as well. We have people from Germany, and we have some in the US. Is it Tasmania, Australia? Now, there's got to be some people from the US as well, so. Wow, Sandra's on her 3rd pack of the paper. There you go. I was actually going to say, I haven't really been using this consistently in my videos, but it continues to sell out and having to be reordered. It's the same with these tool sets as well. It's not something that I kind of have to shout from the rooftops about. So I think that's an absolutely great product to have that sort of thing going on. So again, thank you to all of you guys. Yes, so Barbara's an hour ahead, so I've already had my lunch. Okay, so we have these now stuck down, so now we're ready to move on to the next stage. I will have to add some more tape here, so let's do that now. because this is going to be now stuck onto our backing paper, which is going to be the wrapped cover basically. So let's add some more tape. I love this stuff. I like the big roll because I can get my hand in and do that. I've got my squidgy tool here. This will help me cut that so I don't have to get my scissors out. There we go. And I do need a little bit for there as well, so I am going to probably just go for a bit of red tape, which I won't be able to tear. I'll have to... Oh, I'm getting a phone call. I'm going to have to decline that one. They'll have to leave a message. There we go, I've muted it. It's right, it's just the opticians. I spoke to them this morning and they're giving me another call back, so it's been a busy old morning today. We've got the gas men outside. They're digging up, basically digging up the gardens and the road bit on the street. They're replacing all the pipe work, so we're getting brand new pipes and connections underneath our houses and then up where they connect to the house. So from about 8 o'clock this morning, there was this man in my front garden digging a hole, and by about 10 o'clock he'd got to his shoulders. It's just not even a massive hole. It's probably about this big here, maybe a bit wider than that, you know, so enough to fit one person, and he's just been digging and digging, getting down to the main gas pipe that goes underneath all of the gardens. And yeah he spent a good 2 or 3 hours just digging up to a hole up to his shoulders. I don't know how he got out. He must have needed help. I think you'd have to have big arms to get yourself out of a hole that big. But I think in the next couple of days they're going to need to come in the house to feed the pipe up through where it comes up through the floor in our storeroom. So luckily it's not now, it's not today, which I'm grateful about. Right, anyway, I digress. I've had a morning. So let's move this aside and talk about the rest of our papers that we're going to be using. So let's move over to the papers now. It'd be easier if I show you on my screen. I did a shared screen the other day. I hope you enjoyed that, where I showed you how to print it. But these are the papers that I'm using. It's a free download, and the link for that is in the YouTube description and on my website. We're going to be using this one here for the front cover. And we've got these daisies. We've used this a lot as well. I love that one. There's some lovely spring colours. And then we've got the sunflowers, and then we have these teal and white flowers. We have the green leaves with the white background and the pink gingham and this lovely garden theme, and then some coral flowers. Now there are some toppers that go with this as well. That is also linked down below. So it's 2 sheets, so you can print those out and cut them out. Going to be perfect if you're going to be adding these to cards as well. And Mother's Day in the US is coming up too, and possibly some other places. The UK's had theirs already. And then we've got all of these sentiments here as well. So let's go back now to our wrapped cover. There we go. No, they're not designed, my designs, no, they are from Die Cutting Essentials 113. So if you did manage to get hold of that magazine, it will have coordinating die set as well. I don't know if it comes with any stamps, but there's definitely a little die that comes with that magazine, and it all coordinates. But I'm just going to be looking at this. Oh, so Leanne's Sooty collection's just arrived. Yes, it's really nostalgic, isn't it? Oh, Victoria's got this from Poundland. I'm going to have to go there, have a look. Oh, so yeah, Rose Lee's from Orlando. So yeah, we've got people from all over the place. Yeah, it could be something to do with your iPad with the downloads. I'm not too sure what the technical support is for that. I mean, I use my PC for those sorts of downloads. And for printing, I literally just do everything on my computer. So I'm not too sure if it is the iPad. If anyone knows the answer to that, do write in the comments. Okay, so I'm going to be using these 2 here. So here is my conundrum, but I think I'm going to use 2. I could use 1, but I think I'm going to have to pop these two together to make two. So let's have a look at this one first, just the single sheet. Now with the wrapped sheet you need a border around the whole thing, so you could wrap it all around. There we go. But this section here is slightly too thin for my liking, because I like to have a nice gap, like at least an inch gap, like that. This is a spacer for the edging, so ideally you need a gap all the way around like that as a minimum, especially if it's little like this and you wrap it round. There's a good chance that this is going to try and unwrap itself, and it's going to be really hard to get that stuck down. I think she said she got this tape from Poundland earlier, and so okay, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to piggyback these two together. So let's find our join. I kind of want it to be sort of seamless, so let's pop that on there, turn this around. Is that any better? Yes, it is. So I'm going to pop some tape here. It's going to be a rather large overlap because I'm going to go for this gap here. I'm hoping it's not too bright. I'm going to try and get this white stage over as quickly as possible. So I'm just going to add my red tape all across here, and then I want my seam that we're making here to be on the spine section, which I'll show you in a moment. So just pop that red tape on. I think, Sandra, you can order from Poundland online. They don't have everything on there, but there's a good selection. So I'm just pressing down the red tape. It's pushing the adhesive right into the fibres of the paper, plus it's getting rid of all the air bubbles. Take the backing off. Got to live dangerously now. Right, so I'm going to carefully try and line this up. I've gone all quiet because I'm concentrating. I'm hoping that is okay. I think I might have it slightly wonky. Who cares? Right, let's just press that down. It looks straight enough. Okay, that kind of looks like it's not got a line in it whatsoever. It's got really bright. I'm just going to close my curtains a little bit more. That's a little bit better. It's just the sun's in and out today again. It's freezing cold. It's supposed to be May next week. Right, let's turn this over. Right, so what's next? We're going to have to put this down now, and I'm going to pop this with this line here. I don't know whether you can see it or not. That's going to be in the centre, but I am going to work further down here like so. Yep, let's do that. So we're going to take all of the backing off now. Use your poker tool. And you can recycle all of those apart from the red tape backing. This is literally just paper. Oh, Leanne had snow and hail in Durham this morning. Oh. It's like, when is winter gonna go? Okay, so let's turn this around again. I am actually going to use my little ruler now along the bottom, just to help keep that straight. Pop that on. There we go. Because this is a gingham on the other side, if any of this goes wonky, then it's going to have a slight tilt to it on your album, so you kind of want to get this as straight as possible. If it's a piece of paper or a pattern that's like this, it won't matter. So you're having stormier weather up there, rained. Is it windy as well? It's okay down here at the moment, we're just having the sun come in and out. Okay, so I need to grab my cutting mat out now, so let's grab that. And this is where this comes in handy, this little L-shaped tool. Grab yourself a craft knife. Okay, so I have this butted up against here. This is what's going to give me the gap all the way around. I need to change my blade actually, so I'll probably try and fish those out soon. Hi Julie. Don't worry if you're just joining us, there will be catch up as well. So I'm just going to use this to go around the perimeter. Oh, that's better, I can see better. There we go, and that is our wrap cut out. I'm going to try and neaten this up a little. I'm going to probably chop this up and use it for scraps. And if you have any questions, pop along and I'll answer them. Scissors, here we go. As I said, this toolkit is on order. There's hundreds on the way to the warehouse. So I've left the link in the YouTube description, and if you enter your email address on that page to be notified when it's back in, you'll be the first to know. Okay, so let's add our tape. So I'm going to go for the red tape again, which means I'll be needing my Tim Holtz scissors. Yep, you don't want to miss them. They consistently come in and then go out. Now they come in and they go out, so you just kind of got to get it at the right place. So I am going to add my tape first all the way around the edge here. I'm not going all the way to the corners because we're going to be snipping those corners off, but when I trim the corner off, I kind of just want that tape to be there right on the edge. So that is why I'm doing that. I mean, I will lose a little bit of the tape on the offcuts, but I'm perfectly fine with that. Oh, we've not had Helen come along yet. I'm sure she will join in if she gets the chance, or watches us on catch up. So hello Helen Patterson, if you are there watching. Right, last one here. Right, now for the fun bit, do some more chopping. We're going to use the corner miter tool. Right, so first I'm going to grab my bow folder before we get chopping, and we're going to press this red tape right into the edges, right into the sides, press all of the air bubbles out. I'm going to push this up a little higher because I think I keep disappearing. There we go, that's better, isn't it? Right. Oh, Leanne, what a question. Have I got any sneak peeks? Right, I'll explain in a minute because I don't have sneak peeks, but I can do a little bit of chatting. So let's get these corners popped on first. So this has a section here where it slots onto the corner there of your grey board, so it locks it in place. Grab yourself a craft tool, craft knife, and then chop that corner off. There we go. And that is going to give us the perfect corner for wrapping. So when you wrap your corner, you're not going to have this edge here, this point exposed when you wrap it. And I'll be showing you step by step how to pop that together. Right, so Leanne, it's been an absolute busy week, couple of weeks. Craft Stash is really gearing up now for Christmas. We've had Christmas emails toing and froing, which is exciting. Things are being finalised and chosen and finished, and I'm really excited. Did I not cut that straight? I did, yeah. So I'm really excited about that. So that's Christmas. I've got my new Christmas collection here. In fact, I'm looking at it right now. Sorry for the teasing, guys, but I'm just so excited. So those will be out in the next few months. And what else? Vicky, have you got the Christmas collection? I think you have, yeah, you sent me photos of that. And then I've got a collection that comes out before then as well. That arrived yesterday. It's a really fun collection, and I'm looking forward to that as well. So I've got everything. Yes, she has got it. So I'm looking forward to working on the next collection, which will be out in June. So I'm looking forward to that. So grab your bone folder, and we are going to just create these little score lines right against the edge here. This is going to help the paper fold. There we go. Oh, and I do have one other exciting thing. I have 3 big things coming up over the next 4 or 5 months. It's going to be really good. So I've got some really big projects coming along for you all, so looking forward to that. So I'm going to be really busy over the summer. So I'm just going to fold these up and then bend them over just like that, just getting the cardstock used to being told to do something different, because it really does just want to unwrap. When you do these things, all it wants to do is not stay there. So yeah, I literally have to kind of say, right, this is where you're going and that's where you're staying. So give that a really good press. Right, so let's take off our backing for the top here. Where's my pokey tool? Making a bit of a mess up here now. So let's take that off first, and then I'm just going to have a quick tidy up after we put this together, because we're going to be moving on to making the pages and stuff after this. And then I'm going to add some glue. Now I'm expecting a Craft Stash delivery. I don't think it's going to get here today, but it should be here tomorrow. But I've ordered quite a few of these, because I've literally got this much left and this much left in that one, and I don't really want to work with those. I'm going to decant these into one of those little squeezy bottles with the little tiny little nib. But in the meantime, under my desk I have this. This is Cosmic Shimmer, the classic Cosmic Shimmer Dries Clear glue. So I'm going to be using that today. So I am going to add some glue on top of this now. So the purpose of the double-sided tape is to get this to stick down once I've stuck it down, and the purpose of the glue is to keep it there for time, lots of time, hopefully. A bit like when you're doing woodwork and you have the glue in the nails, they both have different purposes. One's short term, one's long term. So starting off in the middle here, bending this over, going off to the sides. Ah, morning Letitia, Brazil. Ah, you need to get some more boxes, Leanne. That's what I've had to do. Actually, I've had to take out all of the die sets that have sold out. I've had to put them in accessible storage so I can go back to them just in case one of them comes back. But yeah, I've had to put them away just so that I can have room for all of the things that are currently in, plus all of the new collections that are coming in as well. So I'm sitting on a few things like mother hen, waiting for them to be released. So I'm going to the opposite side now. Always working opposite sides. It's the same when you're framing a picture as well. When you're wrapping fabric around a frame, always working opposite sides. Oh, I'm glad you're good to be here. Excellent. And if you missed anything, there's always the catch up as well. So I'm just popping this down now, starting in the middle and working my way out to the edges. Give that a press, and I will go back in with my bone folder shortly as well. Right, so now we're going to work on these corners here. So what we need to do, I don't know if my camera will come down anymore. There we go. Right, so we have this area here, this long line there, that continues under there, so we need to squish that down, and then we kind of just need to just fold that in as well. That is what is going to create our covered neat corner. Do the same on the other side, so flatten it down and then just get your bone folder in. It's great that it has the pointed edge there, and just fold that in. There we go. So take your backing off, add your glue, and then fold that over. There we go, press that down, and there you can see now a bit of glue has escaped, but we have nice corners there that are not exposed. So let's do the same on the other side. Now that was bugging me that was upside down actually, so I'm glad that's now the right way round. So oops, don't stick your bone folder to it. Press that down, fold that in, same with the other side. Add your glue. I think I'm just like you, Leanne, definitely. It's nice to have them all in one place, but I am limited on space, so I don't actually have a dedicated craft room. I'm just I've just taken over 2 walls where I am, so press that down. I think I'm going to do the sunflowers as a lining in here, so let's get the ruler out and measure for that. I am actually going to quickly pop over now to the actual comments in places where I'm broadcasting to. So we've got Facebook. I just want to make sure I'm not missing anything, because sometimes it can yeah, not show all of the comments. I think Facebook is okay. It's YouTube sometimes. Okay, I think we're all good. I think we're all good. Right, so let's choose our papers. Did say I was going to do the sunflower, so I have everything all here. Oh. Get that lid on. It will dry out. I'd like to do the sunflowers, but I'm hoping it's not a directional paper because it needs to be sideways. Where's the sunflowers? I might have to print another one off. Oh, do I need to print one off? Ah, there we go. Right at the back. This is actually a plate rack. Let's lift this up now. You don't need to be down so far. There we go. Yeah, this is actually a plate rack from IKEA. It keeps everything that I'm using vertical, so I can just grab things and theoretically doesn't get lost when I put it down. Right, so let's take some measurements now. I will add these measurements as well to the website, so I'm going to grab my notepad so I can write them down. Grab my pen. Right, I'm ready. So we're going to cut this to 10 5/8. Yep, 10 5/8 by, let's guess, 6 3/8. Might be a bit skinny. 6 3/8. Yay, 6 3/8. I was right. Right, so I will add that to the measurements along with these measurements too. So let's cut that down. I think I can possibly get rid of this now. Yeah, this IKEA rack has been with me everywhere. I even fit it in my suitcase when I used to go to Create and Craft and just have everything stored up nice and neatly so things wouldn't get lost. Right, I'm going to grab my paper trimmer out. Let's cut this out. I'm glad I wrote that measurement down because I would have forgotten by now. Yes, I can imagine, Sandra, so many different cards being made with this. So what did I've covered it up. I've covered my writing up. 10 5/8. Right, the 5/8 is the 1/8 just past the half mark. So go to 10 1/2 and do the 1/8 beyond that. And 6 3/8. That's a hard one on this one. We have no man's land there. That confuses me big time. So I am moving over to another paper trimmer. And you know you're a serious paper crafter the more trimmers and scoreboards that you have. Right, so let's play with this big daddy. This is the Fiskars bypass trimmer, and I know exactly where I need to go for this one. So 6 3/8. This is the trimmer that also cuts the chipboard as well. So 6 3/8 is 1/8 above the quarter. I use that measurement a lot, so that's the most common measurement that I use on this paper trimmer. Right, we're all cut out now, so let's pop this little guy on here. There we go. And I want to make sure that when this album closes up, we could potentially get some paper or bubbles and things lifting here. I know, Lynn, that might annoy you when that happens. So we're going to make sure that that does not happen. So we're going to go back to our red tape now. And we're just going to reinforce the areas either side of these gaps. So all of the attention to detail that you can spend on making the cover, the longer it's going to last, and also the better it's going to look as well. And the more you do this, just the better skill that you'll get as well. Okay, last one. So these are the areas where I need to reinforce to stop the paper lifting as the book is in motion. Right, so go in folder again. Okay, I'm also going to add double-sided tape to this, so go back to your tape as well. So Vicky, this tape, was it actually £1 or was it one of those more expensive pounds when you go to the pound shop? I think you know what I mean. I've got on wonky there. We will have a crease. We will see how that looks. Yeah, because our Wilkinsons in our town closed when they all closed down, and it was taken over by Poundland. So now Poundland is where our Wilkinsons is. But now they're saying they're bringing the Wilkinsons back, so I wouldn't be surprised if they put Wilkinsons where the old Poundland was. So basically would have just swapped. So she thinks it was £1.50 to £2. That's still cheaper than this. This was £6 or £7, I think. So this tool comes with the kit as well. You can do that just to press everything down. That's a really good thing to do. Okay, so let's take all of this backing off now of everything. So yeah, making the albums, I think the cover and creating the pages is definitely one of the longest things. So if you do need to just do this in sections, like do all your pages and decorate them and add your papers and maybe even pockets and things in one go, and then in another session do the cover. Yeah, that's going to be, I'll have to squish that down, and then in another session do your decorating as well. So it's quite handy, that sticky. I can lift that up out of the way. Need to take these off now. Stuck to me. Off you come. Yeah, apparently that bank holiday weekend that's coming up in a week and a half, it's going to be warm apparently, so barbecue weather. Be the first barbecue of the season, I think, for us. Okay, I'm going to stand up for this so I can actually see. I need to line this up so I have a nice even border all the way around. There we go. And then I'm going to use my little squidgy tool again. I've just knocked over my chopping board, craft mat. And then I'm going to just push everything down. Okay, so now you should have something that looks like this. That is going to be our cover. So I'm going to have a quick tidy up. I need a little theme tune, like a tidy up theme tune, to go along with the tidy up. So let's pop all of these back in. We're done with these. Again, add yourself to the email list so you know when it's back in stock. Is that all of them? There we go. Right, let's pop you aside. Right, so I'm going to grab my Tim Holtz ruler for this one. We're going to have to do some bending now. So we have here the spine edges, gaps here somewhere. So to find them, just keep your hand here, where more or less in the middle where the spine is. Take this hand here and you can just slightly lift. You might notice the paper will want to lift up as well. So you might just have to keep pressing that down. Grab your ruler to support that so it lifts up and creates that gap edge and fold properly and straight. So Sandra loves the squidgy tool. It stays on her desk, always at hand. Yeah, I think it has a little, does it have a little hole? I might add a little chain to it. Yeah, it does. So you can put a little chain on there and so you can hang it up as well. Right, so I'm just going to go just slightly over, but not too far. That is our first one done. Do the same on the other side. Lift that up too. Get your thing. Ruler, don't press too hard because you might go all the way through. And fold that as well. So that's going to need a little bit of time there because it's going to want to just do that, but eventually it will behave like this. Okay, so this is our original, this is our replica. It is smaller because we're using a different sized album. Pop you aside. So let's make a quick mat for the front. Then we are going to play with our binding. So let's get some measurements now. We are going to need the outer mat to be, so that's 6. See, this is a lot wider now because of the paper. It's wider than our original measurement from the board underneath. So we're going to go for, I think, 6 3/8. I'll have to get the big one out again. By 4. 6 3/8 by 4. And I'm going to use these two here. So 6 3/8 by 4. I'll write that down because I need to add that to the website. 6 3/8 by 4, and that means that's 6 1/8 by 3 7/8 for the mat underneath. Oh, that I didn't fart. That was my chair, by the way. If you heard that noise. What was the measurement? 6 3/8 by 4. I'll do the 4 first. Just gonna double check that that fits. Yep, we're all good. Let's make one a little bit smaller. This will be on its side, but oh no, it won't be actually. We can make that way, yeah. Okay, so 3 7/8. Oh yeah, Laura. Yeah. Especially when there's no one there and they can just hear the sound. Okay, that's in no man's land as well. So we're going to go over to another paper trimmer. Right, let's try. My voice is going, guys. But yeah, I think if I did actually do a rumpy pumpy, then I probably would own up to it and I'd blame it on something I ate or something. Yeah, I did try to make that sound again. It wasn't happening. Let's see if I can do it again. No, it didn't do it. No. Sort of. No, it's not going to happen, is it? 6 1/8 is our next measurement. Yep. Yeah, we both had our faux pas. Remember when, yeah, Vicky, have you had your lunch? That's the question. Just trying to keep tidy as I go along, so I've got to reach up to put that up on my top shelf because I normally stand up when I'm crafting. So let's get this glued down. This is not right. That's not looking right. Something's a little bit too wide. I'm going to trim this down ever so slightly, and I can't be bothered to reach all the way up there, so let's have this one. Okay, happy with that. And that's not my only paper trimmers. I still have 1, 2, I still have about 3 that you've not seen yet. So, Vicky's eating now. I'm really weird in the fact that I can't smell farts. I can't smell them. I can smell my own and they could be pretty horrible, but I can't smell my husband's fart, much to his annoyance. I don't know what it is. I just can't smell other people's. And I think that's a bit strange. It's the same with babies' nappies as well. I would have to be constantly checking, you know, when you feel, like give it a little pat, have you filled it or not, because I can't be smelling it. Sometimes someone would say to me, I think you need to do a nappy change now. So I'm just saying it's lucky what it is. Yeah, I think I am pretty lucky with that. Okay, that's what Vicky's just said. There is a hint for next time, next Thursday. We are doing another double live where we're going to be having a little challenge together. So I'm hoping you can all pop along for that. Oh, Vicky, did you not like what I said? Sorry. We'll let you eat in peace, okay? No more silly talk. It is lunchtime after all. So we're going to have this way round. And I will do another one for the back. So I'm just going to decorate the front right now. Right, so we're going to be moving back to the die set that we used in the in the Monday live, which is this one here, the decorative fittings. We also have it in the miniature version. So if you want me to make a smaller version of what we're making today with the suitcase, if you want me to make an A5 version using the dinky decorative fittings, do let me know. I will probably decorate it completely differently, possibly even travel themed. So yeah, let me know if you want to make a smaller version of all this. I mean, the mini album will have to be smaller to fit in there, but we can make one from scratch to make one fit in. So Sandra has to go, so yeah, watch a bit later on and enjoy the rest of your day with your granddaughters. That sounds like you've got a busy afternoon ahead. Oh no, she's got to take them. Oh, you have a nice quiet afternoon ahead then. Right, so I have here this long handle. I've got loads of paper scraps now. I'm just going to find somewhere for these to go. And I've got these two straps already cut out. I'm going to snip these up like we did with the other ones. I've got my two little straps here. We're not going to add any Velcro to this one. These are just going to be stationary. We've got two buckles using this one. We will get to the pages soon, I promise. We just want to get this decorated. And then I have two 1.5 centimetre inch circles. Yes, Shadia, that's a very good point with that. Just going through. Also some, yes, self-sharpening guillotines are good. And also, as with Shadia was saying, the blade can sometimes collect it, and also the groove that it goes through can collect the paper fibres as well. So you need to kind of get your little pokey tool in, and then just try and fish those out. And if you do have blunt blades, keep them, because that is one of the tips that I give in the video I've linked down below on how to cut your chipboard covers. Keep your blunt blades for that thing precisely. Even if you have to get a Sharpie pen and just write something on there so you know it's a blunt blade, just do that, and then that will be perfect for cutting your chipboard pieces. Just switch it out. Okay, so let's get these added now. So I am going to trim these down. I've got to trim these little notches off the ends. Just taking a measurement here. How much does that measure? That measures 4 1/4. What do you need your bag or box for, Leanne? She's asking for some ideas. I might have missed a further or previous comment, so 2 of those, and then we'll have these on as well. So let's add these buckles on. This is a slightly longer live because there's a lot to do in this one, so we're just going to pop this on. So after we've done this, we are going to add our pages, or make a page and then add a page. And I possibly will have to trim the top off there, so we'll see how that looks first before I do any cutting. I can never remember how these go through. What did I do? That way. There we go. And then I'm just going to set these together so I can get them all in the right place so they match. Oh, I forgot to say, that man that was digging the hole in my front garden, he's finished now. He's moved on to the neighbours. So we're all going to have these matching holes, and the kids are going to love it when they get home. Oh no, Leanne's A4 machine has died. You can get the extended platform for longer dies to go through a standard Big Shot. I do have it. I don't know if I'll be able to grab it if it's accessible, because I don't use it very much and I've put it away. Where did I put it? I don't even know where I've put it, you know. Let's have a look. Yeah, if you have the extended platform with the extended plates, you can use the longer dies to go through there. But yeah, definitely save up to get another A4 machine. Pop it on your Christmas list. Though Christmas is far off. Okay, so let's get these popped on now. And the next one. Yeah, I think the older Big Shots used to come with that long one, but they sent the smaller plates, but you can get the bigger plates that will go on there. That's a bit wonky, so let's trim that off. I think we're good there. Right, so let's see how these fit on. Actually, I'm not going to trim anything. I'm just going to keep them like that. Oh, she's not waiting till Christmas. Ah, the tonic tangerine. I've heard some really good things about that. I haven't used it. I've used a similar one, like the ones they have at Create and Craft. I can't remember what they're called. They're really good. So I would just look through my videos or Sam's videos just for a scoreboard make. Just a browse through and just do that, something really quick and fast, just a quick scoreboard make if you haven't got anything that will fit through your A5 machine. Okay, so there is our album coming together. Sorry if that's really bright. I'll see if I can adjust the brightness because it has got pretty bright. Let's see if we could turn that down a bit. Okay, that's a little bit better. Okay, so there aside, put that aside. And now we're going to quickly do our little corners. Just going to have a quick swig of water. Okay, so I'm just going to quickly use my scissors. I'm going to chop that in half. I'm going to chop that again. Oops. Yeah, I have heard some great things about the tonic tangerine, but sometimes it can be really hard to get hold of. So, is it in stock right now or not? Right, so I'm just going to pop these on the corners. There we go. This really gives it that authentic look of it being a little suitcase. I think I might rename this to a suitcase mini album. Something like that. I can always edit the title of the videos. Ah, yes, so it's been out of stock for months. Yeah, I've never actually seen it in stock, so I'm just wondering how people get hold of them. Is this on the actual Tonic website or on the Create and Craft? I'm just going to snip into another one because I accidentally got my scissors stuck in that one, so I'm just going to create myself another one. Now for my A4 machine, which is my workhorse, I use it every day for lots and lots of cutting. I use the Couture Creations Go Power and Emboss. It's a monster and it works like a monster, so that went wonky. And I love it, although I cannot get the plates for it anymore. I have to buy generic ones with the right thicknesses. And as my backup, I have the Sizzix switch. I can't do what I do without a backup. Otherwise, it will cause me to have a couple of days delay in getting stuff done, which sometimes we have tight turnarounds when we're testing things. So if one of them was to go and we had an important testing thing, then I wouldn't be able to do it. Okay, so there is our album cover done. I just need to do the same on the other side. So let's pop this aside and work on our binding. So this binding does come separately, but it's all in the bundle, and the small ultimate binding. You also get in this one, as you can see, this is really old. This is one of my originals. You do get this cover, spine cover as well. You'd have seen me use those on the Alice albums. So you need to die cut 3 of these, and these do have little notches on them as well. So you can, if you're making different sized albums, you're making your own style pages, you can cut them down to 3 3/4, 5 inches and 6 inches. So let's get these popped down. Yeah, it's hard waiting for something that you really want, but it's out of stock and you're not too confident in getting something else. I just wish they could bring back the Couture Creations Go Power and Emboss, because I literally stand by that machine. It's the best one that I've found, and my plates stay nice and straight as well. it's quite easy on that machine to keep them straight. So I'm sticking the first one right in the center, keeping them as straight as possible. If any of these go on wonky, then your pages are going to be wonky too. And I'm just going straight in with the Cosmic Shimmer for this, which I believe is in stock as well. I try to list both of the glues because everyone has their preference. In the past I have used Collal, but I have moved on. I do have some Collal under my desk actually, but I have moved on to different glues. I found it when it goes stringy when you're using it, but that was probably about 2014, 2015 when I was using Collal, very long time ago. So let's pop in our last one, and then we're going to set this aside to dry whilst we work on our page. So I just need to double check here that everything is straight. There we go. Right, so I'm not going to touch that again. I'm going to pop that aside. Oh, so Leanne doesn't really want an electric one. She's got the Gemini Junior. It destroys the plates. The old Grand Caliber that died. Oh, she was still using with the original plates. Very marked. And they're still flat. Yeah, I find if your machine has a platform, a big platform like this, it does help to keep their strength as well. So this is the platform for the Go Power and Emboss. These are my generic plates that I've had to get in the right thicknesses actually. The top plate here, this is supposed to be the bottom plate, and this thinner one here is supposed to be the top plate, but I like to use the thicker one as my top, and then I just switch over. As you can see, a very well used plates here. It's flat. I do look, you can see how much die cutting I use, but I find trellis dies, oh, they are literally plate killers. They are. I would say the closest to Collal glue in the US would be, what is it? I had some Fabri-Tac. I think Fabri-Tac would be the closest thing to Collal glue. I have to look at all the ingredients, but I've used both. They're both very, very similar. Right, so we're going to be moving over now to the album die. This does not have the binding, it's in the bundle. This is the portrait album die set. This was the very first album that I actually designed, so I absolutely love it because it cuts everything out in one go. So let's move over now to pink. We're going to be making some pink pages to pop inside. I'm just trying to find all of my bits and bobs that I've popped aside for this page. Right, so these are all my bits. Oh, and that too. Right. So I have managed to do this whole album just by printing 10 sheets of the free papers. Let me just quickly show you the free papers again, because we have some new people that have joined in. So let's go to here, back to the papers. The link for this is down below. They're free. They're from Die Cutting Essentials. You can see here, Die Cutting Essentials 113. These are all of the papers. I've printed off one of each, and I've cut them all down to size for the mats, and I was able to decorate all of my pages and other bits and bobs using those things, one of each. So I'm trying to do two things at once here. Right, so let's get those cut out. So there wasn't a lot of offcuts left, and all of those offcuts that have been left I can then use for pockets and things like this. This is the Additions set. This will give you all of the pockets and flaps and corner pockets. It all fits inside the portrait album. This also fits inside the small album if you have that as well. So I just need to grab out, we have a choice here of two different sized small pockets. Let's get the right one out. So one is slightly longer. We need the one that is longer because that will take us for the whole width then of the page. So this one is the smaller one, so we're going to go with the longer. So if you have your A4 sheet like this, run this through, and Leanne, if you have the small album, everything in that small album will go through an A5 machine, and you can still make this same exact album that we're making today using the small album. Okay, so I'm going to cut these two at the same time, it just saves time, and then I have this space here if I want to do any more cutting. So let's run that through. Okay, there's our pocket. There is our all-in-one page. Shida is asking, is the link pinned or can I go to Craft Stash? If you could go to either, I'm just thinking here, if you can get onto the YouTube version, I'm live right now on YouTube as well. There's the description box there where I can put all of the links for the papers. So the papers are actually on Craft World. It's free to join the website to create an account and download things. So it's a free download. The link for that is in the YouTube description box, and I will just bring up my website right now and I'll get you a link. If you go to my website, I have everything there already. And I can pop that in the chats. Let's see if I can chat on my own video on Facebook. Paste. Go. Okay, that should have appeared in the comments. That's the web page. It's got Monday's video. It's got everything on there, and the link to the free download as well. Okay, so I'm just folding these all up now. Super duper easy. So this will give us a pocket from the top. So if we fold this up, this will go onto the binding, and then we have a top loading pocket there. So all we have to do is just glue this closed with the little tab here. I'm trying to get the glue all the way up to the top of that tab. And then close that. There we go. And before I add the mats, which I have chosen here, I am going to add my pocket first, because I've got all of these bits and bobs here. Adding the pocket first, we've got these tabs that go underneath. So I've added the pocket, so the tabs are behind this sheet. So when you add your mat, it covers this back tab here. Just creates a better look. So Vicky has to go do some bits before the school run. I do miss those days. Both of my children are now in big school, which means they have to go on their own, although otherwise, you know, it's not going to look great with mum taking them to school and back again. But yeah, I do miss those days. It's 2:59, right, down everything and run out the door. Get my exercise in. That was good exercise. Okay, so we have here the opening on the left and the opening at the top. So in that orientation, we're going to pop our pocket on just there. Going to use the glue again. Did you find the link, should I? Are you still able to order from Canada? I think you can. There we go. So yeah, Shadiah has everything she needs, which is pretty good. So you can just literally, that is the whole point of these lives and tutorials. There's going to be a whole mixture of people that don't have the stuff and that do have the stuff. So I've got to make sure that the people that do have the stuff, they've got lots of different ideas on what they can make with it. So that's pretty important. So the more ideas, creative you can get with these die sets, the better. It's just better value for money, just the more ideas you have for it too. So I'll just get my bone folder, just press everything down. Now she's got 2 parcels on the way. Actually, I've got a parcel. Do you know what I did? I ordered a whole ton of cardstock. I think they now realise how much I like cardstock. It's going to be quite heavy when it arrives. So I've stocked up on Hunky Dory. So Lynn actually reminded me the other day that Hunky Dory Adorable Scoreable. I have used it quite a lot in the past, but she just reminded me that it's still there and that I should definitely order some. So I have a few collections coming up for the releases that I want to use it with, so I'm definitely going to make use of that. So I've got the all of my pages here in the order that I want them in. So now I'm just going to map them now, so I'm left with this back page here, and then I just need to add a bit of paper to the other side. I have some spares, so I can do that. So quick dry run. This is going to go inside here, and if any of your glue kind of came out and glued it shut, you can just get your bone folder in there first. I'm going to slot this in. Just like that. It's a lot easier putting it in without any glue on the back. So I've got that lined up, and I'm just going to hold this in place here. I'm going to bend this up and add my glue all the way around the perimeter. It doesn't matter if there's no glue inside the pocket there, because it's not going to do anything. It's not going to budge. Bit of glue in the center, and then press that down. So yeah, I've got the Hunky Dory coming, and I've also got a whole ton of the new Creative Craft Products cardstock. I've tried a few of their colours now. I absolutely love the colours and the quality as well. It die cuts really great. It folds and scores really great. It's, you know, it's a very good competitor to my other favourite cardstock, which is the Foundations range from Creative Expressions. So moving forward, I'll be using the Creative Craft Products cardstock, and if I can't get hold of a particular colour, I'll have to get it in the Creative Expressions one as well. So I just absolutely love the new cardstocks. So I've got a whole ton of new colours coming as well. I want to have all the colour options for when I'm putting all of the samples and videos together for my new collections for the rest of the year. So right, that's my other mat down. Just going to pop on the mat here for the pocket. Oops, got glue on my fingers. She's ordered the Shadiah's ordered the Chloe's nesting dies. That should be a lot of fun as well. She's got quite a few nesting dies actually. Right, so I'm going to mat that now. So I do have, these are all of my offcuts. If I get rid of those, these are all of my offcuts. So I have a few spares here for the main mats, and then I've got some smaller ones, little strips, and some little squares too. These are all of my little leftovers and offcuts from printing 10 sheets, basically one of each from that paper collection. So I'm going to go with, I think this will look lovely against the sunflowers, because this is going to be our back page here. So yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to pop this one on there. And it's just got the Chloe Stamp and Flower Die Grand Summer Flower. Ah, is it that big? Will it fit through your machine? I'd make a massive gift bag then to put it on the front. Or a big 8x8 card or something, depending on the size. I'm getting glue all over myself. Okay, right, let's start with the bindings. Let's pop this into our project. Make sure that you've got your front cover on the front and not on the back. And then I'm just going to add glue to the whole entire back of this. And then pop that on. It should be more or less the same height as the backing paper. Make sure this also goes in straight, because if this goes in wonky, then you will have wonky pages as well. But using the paper, if it's straight, should help you get that in straight. So I'm just going to press in between all of these strips here, just to press that down. Right, so I have here 8 pages. I have 8 hinges. So let's get all of these popped in. So we're going to start with the back one first. Do a dry run. These are going to slot onto each hinge. Just like so. Now this technique is the same no matter what album die you have from me. The concept is exactly the same. Okay, so this needs to then be straight, the top and the bottom, and then that's on. It's good to go. And also we're going to put them on flat like this. We're not going to stick them on right up like that and then press down and let them dry like that, because they're going to want to stay up there. They're not going to have fun turning. So we do want that movement, that space for the movement. So I'm just going to add glue. You can use double-sided tape if you want, but if you're new to this, definitely do the glue first, because once that is stuck down, it's stuck down with tape. So I'm going right down into the corners, top and bottom as well. Ah, the ornate gift bag, is that your most used die? I love that. I really want that to come back. It's definitely one of the best sellers. Okay, so I'm happy with that orientation. I'm just going to press that down. There we go. That is our first page done. So you just need to quickly, well, I'm going to quickly do it. You just need to repeat everything now. So if I was actually filming this, I would edit or speed up this section, but we'll just have to talk amongst ourselves while I quickly get this together. I can do it quite quickly actually. I've done this so many times. I'm actually running out of space of places to put my albums to keep them nice. So I just need, I think, more bookshelves. I think that's the answer, more bookshelves. Hi Tracy. We're just getting the pages inside the album now, but this will be on catch up, so you can catch up with the beginning if you missed it. Ah, the hexagon clutch bag. I love that one as well. I think Leanne's been buying. Have you been buying the dice since day one? I can't remember now. My first collection was a Christmas one actually. It had the exploding gift box with all the little gift box inside it. Another really good seller, so I really want to have that one back, so I might just have to create a collection around that particular box. And I think a few companies have actually done very similar boxes to that too, so it'd be really good to have that one back. Ah yes, it actually does have that exploding box. I was so nervous the first day of, like, the first ever show of the launch. I was so nervous. Had to travel all the way up to the Stockport studio, and yeah, up massive flights of stairs as well. So Rosalie's ordered the mini doctor's bag. Ah yes, I wish the larger one was available. That was such a huge hit, the large one. It flew out of the door. We've had it back a few times. Yeah, I don't know if anyone goes back that far. So this is what we've got at the moment. But yeah, I don't know if anyone has gone back that far or still here with us from the very first show that I did with Jeanette. So nervous. We had champagne afterwards, which was lovely, just to celebrate. She accidentally bought the doctor's bag twice. It's always good to have spares though. Maybe you could take some of the accessories out and die cut the straps and handles and buckles 2 at a time, saving you having to do it twice. Then that's probably what I would do. I'd kind of decant it all into one die set. We're almost done now, 3 more to go. As you can see, these are all going in nice and neat. They're staying straight, they're lining up with the front of the album. I don't know, I think Simply Made Craft's birthday is September, so oh yes, Lynn watched with Jeanette, I do remember those days. So I might just pop on my Facebook my first ever launch show for the SMC birthday. Rosie, the large one I think is the ornate gift bag. This one hasn't gone on how I wanted it. It's gone a bit funny. I'll have to fix that later, but it's not too bad. I'll have to live with that. Okay, so next one is, because there's a little bit of bulk here with the pockets, so you can always add the pockets on and the mats after you've added the pages. I just wanted to get to a good stage with you guys whilst putting this together, because it's really nice to see these albums decorated with the papers, but in order for me to get to that stage without popping them on there, this live would be super duper long, and it's already got quite long at the moment. So if you're still here from the beginning, well done. It's great to have you still here. Yeah, I'm just wondering what kind of celebrations I should do for the SMC birthday. 2018 I think it was for the launch. That's 6 years, something like that. Yeah, SMC's 6th birthday. Right, so there's lots of different ways to gift these albums. You can, I highly recommend putting the photos in yourself and giving it away as a gift. If you give this away to someone as a gift without the photos, it may just sit there being not done. there is that huge risk, whereas if you give someone an album with the photos in, it's loved straight away and used and shown off and everything. So I definitely recommend filling these with photos first before giving them away. Otherwise, create little photo mats. I think the stamp set should be coming back in as well, for the place your photo here stamp set. Okay, those are all of our pages in. There we go, just gonna give that a bit of an exercise. There we go, those are all of our pages. And that is our luggage suitcase mini album. So let's grab my little circles that I made. This is, we're using a 1-inch punch. I've got a big selection here, so I have some leftovers. So I have here all of my inserts that go inside. Now, to get your photographs small, I would definitely go to canva.com, and let me just pop that in here. It's a free website. There we go. I'm hoping that appears on the chit chat, and you can add your photos there and put them on an A4 document so that they can be printed off small, and you can size them to whatever size you want them, so you can print them off small for a small album, because this is not going to take standard size photographs. You do need to get them off small in order to fit them inside here. So definitely do that, or you can use on your phone, if you have software for mini printers and things, you can print things off small. I do have the Canon Selfie. If that's something you're interested in knowing more about, I can probably get my little machines out and show you guys on the little photographs. I've even got a Fomimo printer, that's the thermal. That's not proper photograph quality, but it'll do for like little journals and things like that. But definitely the little photo printers and things like that would be good. And on those apps that come with them, I think you can do like tiles, so you can get 4 on 1 6x4. So Leanne made an album by hand a few years ago to give us a wedding present, and my friend managed to fit it. Now that's really good, and do the journaling in it. But I wanted to make one for my mum, but she wouldn't be able to do it herself. I'll definitely, if you can get the photographs from her, I don't know if it's going to be a surprise, if you'd be able to keep that secret, but yeah, definitely fill them out for her. Okay, so I'm just going to quickly give you a measurement for this. This is 3 3/8 by 6 3/8. These are going to be my inserts for the pages. I'm hoping I have measured them correctly, because these pages here now have the binding in them here. So usable space is this section here, because this is all glued to the binding. And I've got all of my little things here, so I'll show you how I lined them up. So I'll pop my little card on the top there. There's nothing attached to that, and these are all lined up because I have literally just popped them on like that. So I'm just going to add my glue now to there. I'll line that up with all of my other ones, turn it over, grab another, let's see, what should we go for? Yeah, we'll go for a yellow gingham. And then cover that up on the other side. There we go. And I've got all of these circles left over. I went to town with my punch, did loads. I can then make some more tuck things to go in these pockets here. I've got all of these leftovers here. Got these little square ones. I can then add more and then just pop them inside there, and I could put a photograph on the front. This would have to measure, you'd have to customly cut down your photographs, make them a custom size, and then pop them in. And then you've got a little tab here so that you can lift them out as well. I think in my latest Actually, in my latest release, I have, let's see if I can find it, the tabs die set. I love the tabs die set. Here it is, the die and A5 stamp set, stationery and grid. You get two large, these are quite large dies, they're A6 each, and then you've got these paper clips, and you've got all of these index tabs as well. You do actually get a little index tab with the main die set. You can use that with this as well. I'm using a circle punch because it ties in with the original album that I'm making a replica of. As you can see, it's got all of those circles in the top there for the tabs, so I'm just keeping it in theme with this. So this is now ready to be popped inside the pages. So I'm just going to quickly close my glue up. Start at the back, I think. Got dry glue coming off my fingers everywhere. So let's get all these popped in. I'll start at the back. There we go. You might need to give them a little bit of a wiggle to get past the tab that's in at the bottom. This one's not going in, so I'm just going to go in there with my ruler just to make sure there's no dried glue in places. Yeah, something might be getting caught in there. So sometimes it's best to make these pages with the tab on the outside if you have that problem, or pop a little bit of tape over that tab. So we'll pop you in there. Let's see if we can get the next one in. There we go. Might just have to get my ruler in there again, just feel about. There we go. I will have to trim these down slightly, I think, because they are slightly too long. So just have a little play when you make yours. Yep. Do. Oh, there's a bit of glue in that one. Right, I think I'm just going to test each one. So just pop your ruler in just to get that little gap done, because sometimes there's tiny bits of glue from when you made the pages and sealed the bottoms. That can sometimes glue some of the tab bits shut, so just sticks together, so it closes up your pocket a bit. There we go. I think I might have to take maybe just 1/8 of an inch off of these, so I will pop in the right measurement on the website. Oh, did you hear that little click? There was a bit of glue there. There we go. And then the last one. There we go. So there we have all of our little pockets in there. Let's clear the decks now and do a comparison. Okay, so this is our original album and this is our copy here. There we go. It is slightly different, but I've tried my best to match everything the best that I could. These papers are free as well, so use them in your card making. Print off as many as you want from your favourites as well. So that's the great thing about the digitals. You can just keep going, just print your favourites. I've printed loads of these already, and I'm definitely going to be using the sunflowers as well. So that is the album. So let's get the suitcases that they go in now. I haven't made too much of a mess actually. Quite impressed with myself. So let's grab the suitcases they go in. So we have the suitcase for this little guy, And we have the little suitcase here that matches this one. There we go. See, this is why I run out of space keeping things, because I just keep creating. So let's get all these back in now. So let's pop this album where he belongs. Pop you in here. There we go. Close that up. There we go. That's ready. And now I need to decide what kind of photos. This is kind of garden themed, so I can pop in possibly some chicken photos. I think maybe be good to feature them in here. We'll see, but it'll have to be like an outdoorsy thing. I think definitely spring, summer related, definitely. Okay, so that is our little luggage album. I love that. Can't wait to take some photos of that, and I'll be adding those to the website as well. So let's pop you in there. There we go. Close it up. That fits perfectly. And now we have our little album in our suitcase ready to go. I love that. Right, so this has definitely been a long one. So if you're watching on YouTube, then the description box has all of the supplies that I've used today in there. I've only been able to link the album bundle, which are these three, in the Facebook comments. I've pinned that one, but just pop along to helengriffin.co.uk. I'll see if I can pop that in the description. There we go. Everyone should have access to that now. That link is also in the YouTube description as well. It's got everything there. So and I'll be popping this video on there to go along with the other video as well, so it's all in the same place for you. And I'll be posting a little bit later on some updated photographs of our project today as well. So thank you so much for joining me today. Don't forget, if you're also a VIP, you can get 10% off on top of everything else, so that's a great thing as well. I'm really grateful that you all spent this extra time with me. I hope you've really enjoyed this one. I'll be back again on Monday. I can't remember what we're making, but it's going to be fun, I know that. So thank you all for joining me today, and I'll see you all again soon. Oh, don't forget to give me a like as well. I'll see you later. Bye.